Our first story, the first child killed by gun violence in Jacksonville this year is being remembered. Today, the family of Tashawn Gallon held a visitation for the 7-year-old. He was killed by an unknown suspect while he played outside his home in Durkeville. Tonight, First Coast News reporter Julia Janae joins us with a local pastor's plea to the First Coast. Julia.
That's right, Anthony. There is still a $20,000 reward up for grabs for anyone with information that leads to an arrest in this case. And while many have questioned the silence of those who may have witnessed this crime, a pastor of a local church who's also a lawyer says even those who saw nothing can still do something. Signs over Jacksonville show a city still waiting for a response, not only about who pulled the trigger that killed 7-year-old Tashawn Gallon while he played, but also a response on how to stop a cycle of violence in neighborhoods riddled by crime.
It hit home for me because it is home.
Stephen Smith, a pastor and lawyer in Jacksonville, said hearing about Tashawn reminded him of his own childhood.
He was shot on Mount Herman Street. I played Pop Warner football for Mount Herman Blue Devils right there in Emmett Reed. So Durkeville is home.
After hearing of Gallon's murder, he was motivated to do more for the area. In his crosshairs are poverty and the law.
Third grade, if you're not reading a third grade proficiency, actuarial scientists have already figured out that you will most likely end up in jail.
He's spearheading a Come Up forum on April 7th. Teams of lawyers offering free legal advice on resolving traffic tickets, child support, and charges from the past. Legal roadblocks, he says, can make a life of crime an easier pick.
Could have avoided if they knew the law up front. So it's not getting people out of trouble, it's showing them how to navigate the law.
A forum on economics and budgeting will follow that. Their target audience, young males at risk.
We can make men, we can have men become better husbands, better fathers, better sons, better brothers to each other. We can really change this community. We can change our society.
While the search for Tashawn's killer continues, Smith hopes out of this tragedy, the community will find a way to regain hope.
It's something that we can't expect to go away itself and expect those who are in it to fix themselves. They're going to need help.
Now, the funeral for Tashawn Gallon will be held tomorrow at 11 a.m. And Anthony, I've known Pastor Smith, I've known of him for several years. He's done many community events, but he says this one, in following Tashawn Gallon's murder, he has hopes that other people, when they see those billboards, that they won't feel helpless. They will feel like they can do something to make a difference. For now, reporting live downtown, Julia Janae, First Coast News on your side.